Actually, it's funny, I just read a study that said digital native is a myth and that, millennials are not necessarily any more technologically adept. That said, I mean, for example, yes, I cannot figure out Snapchat. I couldn't figure it out. And that was pretty legit that I was unable to do that.
Sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not. Sometimes my mom is on things that I'm like, you use this? And she does, and she uses it better than I do. But my mom solely interacts with me via Bitmojis. I don't know why. It's just like her only way.
Depends how old. I'd say that it's going I think up to 50 or maybe something like that. I think they're pretty much a bit tech savvy. Maybe older they're not applying themselves or trying even, but I don't think that older people aren't grasping the concepts.
I think that older people, plenty of them don't get it, but I think plenty of them have just a different view of what it means in their lives. And I think in many ways, unless they're in their 90s, the internet's kind of seeped in without them knowing about it.
There are some older people that are way more Facebook savvy, and they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, they're out there, and they've embraced it in a way that some young people haven't. I think it's all about what's in your mind and what you find to be important.
There is a stereotype, and it's actually justified. My generation, I'd say a lot of them don't have the love that the younger crowd does, but I'm very open-minded personally about it. It amazes me. It's actually overwhelming at times.
I think it is true with older people not understanding Instagram. For instance, my dad, I would message him and then he's like, okay, why did you post that? I'm like, no, I direct message you. I didn't post it on Instagram.
Yeah, I think people do automatically assume that people my age don't internet. I have a bunch of clients who are always surprised when I tell them they can pay me over Venmo, for example.
I've had millennials yank my phone out of my hand to unlock a cars to go kind of thing, saying people your age can't do this. And they were probably right. So, there's just a couple of muscles like that that maybe don't quite have, and it could just be me.
So I think it just depends on on the personality things, like how connected someone wants to be with the rest of the world. Some old people like that, and some young people don't like that. So generally, you could say they don't get it, but it's changing a lot.
My parents, they use Facebook, they use the internet. They're probably not doing it as efficiently. They're still on Internet Explorer. I don't think they know what Chrome is, but they're pretty much, they can use it.
When they think about online, they're thinking about a very different set of things. They think about specific outcomes. I can see my grandkids in an email. I can watch an old TV show. I can look up a restaurant or find how to find something. That's how it is for them. The internet brings stuff right in front of them, so they don't have to worry about it.
When I talk about the internet with my mom, she used to call it America on the line. For real, thought that's what it was. And she thinks the internet is this nebulous thing that exists in the cloud. I think she thinks the iCloud is a thing that you could see if you looked up far enough. But that's just sort of a generational thing. She also grew up in another country. And either doesn't get it because she doesn't want to, because she's got so many other bigger things she has to worry about than figuring out what new hot thing people are talking about. But there are some older people that I know that are activists, that are artists, that are using it as a way to connect with young people because they get it. They get that it's a way that young people, basically the whole world, is communicating today. And they may accidentally post a picture of their nose, or they might take a selfie and they didn't realize it, but they're trying, and I give them credit because it's not easy.